Guys, look at that delicious bread. Hey, this is a garlic rosemary bread, and today you're going to get the recipe for this delicious treat. Well, howdy folks. Welcome to Texas Cooking Today. Folks, what you're watching right now is a Texas Cooking Today recipe video. And if you get to the end of this and you're kind of wondering, well, how did he do this or how did he do that? Then all you need to do is just watch the next episode that I put out. That is, believe it or not, a full-on cooking tutorial. It's designed to teach technique and methodology and things like that. And so it is very complete, has a lot of information in it. And if there's any questions about how I pull off this recipe, they're going to be answered in that one. So do yourself a favor, watch this video, and when you're done with it, give that tutorial a try. You might find they're exactly what you're looking for. And thank you for watching. Oh guys, did you see that? That's a gorgeous recipe. This is garlic rosemary bread. Now, this is a wonderful recipe, and it's great for any season, any time of the year. If you want something different to go with the meal, something unique to make sandwiches out of, or just something different to make that's not same old, this is a good recipe for that. So I'm going to teach you how to make a delicious tasting garlic rosemary bread. It's a good recipe, guys. Now let's get in the kitchen and get busy making this up. Come on. Oh, here we are, guys. A beautiful set of ingredients to make a wonderful tasting bread. And of course, any bread starts with flour. Don't get picky on your flour here. Just a plain all-purpose flour. You don't have to have bread flour. Also, we're going to use some olive oil, water, yeast, salt, sugar, important, some rosemary. Oh, that smells so good. Some garlic, and plenty of thyme. Now, not the herb thyme. I'm talking about the passage of time. Bread takes time. Yeast can't do what it does instantly. It takes it time to do what it does. So in order to get a really good bread, you have to be really kind of patient, okay? So let's get on with making this fantastic recipe. It's not hard to do, guys. Once you've done this, you'll be like, that's all there is to it? I can do that. Okay guys, now we need to fix our rosemary and our garlic so that they will work well in our bread. Here's the thing though, I don't want little bits and pieces of rosemary or garlic in my bread. I want a bread that has the flavor of garlic and rosemary without all of the extra materials here in the bread itself. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the oils from this and this, and I'm going to get them to intermingle with this right here, which is my olive oil. And I'm going to cook that olive oil with these items, and after I'm going to run it through a strainer, and I will then use the strained oil that's been flavored with rosemary and garlic in my bread. And that's how we get that wonderful flavor. Guys, as you see, we have our rosemary and garlic cooking up over, I need a medium flame here. After that has imparted its flavors, and it only takes about 2 minutes of gentle cooking, your oil is going to be ready. Don't forget to strain out the garlic and the rosemary before adding the oil to your bread dough. Now guys, once you've finished up making that wonderful rosemary garlic oil, go ahead and mix all of your ingredients together in your mixing bowl. Stir all of that together and we'll get it busy rising, okay? And when we're finished mixing this up, what I'm looking for is a high hydration bread. In other words, a very sticky dough. Okay, yeah, this is sticky. See, it's already sticking to me, okay? That's what we're looking for, a nice, sticky dough. Now guys, once you have mixed your dough, and if you autolyze, make sure you get your yeast mixed into it before you rise, okay? Because it won't rise without that yeast. Put it in a bowl that's glass or ceramic that has been treated with a little bit of oil, and that way it doesn't stick later on when you go to turn it out of this, okay? So now we just give that time to rise. I need to cover it, put some plastic wrap on it, or maybe another bowl, a glass bowl will work fine. Now guys, when your dough has risen up and it has doubled or more in bulk, then take that and put it into whatever kind of pan you're going to bake it in. Now I'm going to use this wonderful little 9-inch round that I have here, and I'm going to put that dough in there. I'm going to put it back on top of this baking sheet, put the same glass bowl over that pan, and then we're going to rise that dough a second time. Once it's all risen up and pretty, then I'm going to put it in the oven to bake it. Now guys, I've transferred our dough to a smaller pan. This little side on this is going to help give structure and shape to that loaf. It's very helpful. And in this part of the rise, I've got this dome over it. Now if the dome gets too close to the dough, go ahead and remove it and let it rise without it. Now guys, when your dough is starting to get good and full in that pan, you need to make sure that oven is preheated. So go ahead, turn on your oven 400 degrees when you have about 15 to 20 minutes left on the rise. And that's where we are on this one. It'll rise up just a little bit more, and then we're going to put it in the oven, and it's going to come out gorgeous. There we go. Some nice salt grains over the top of it, and this is ready to go down in the oven. 400 degrees, guys. Now guys, that was baked for about 30 minutes at 400 degrees. And now I need to get it out of its pan. I've given it about 6 or 7 minutes to rest and cool down just enough so that I can handle it safely. I'm going to use that fresh towel there, and I'm going to turn it out. From that, I'm just going to flip it upside down and then put it on that nice little cooling rack there. Now guys, so you will know the full recipe on this. These are your quantities on your ingredients. I used 4½ cups of all-purpose flour. You're going to be using about 1/4 cup of olive oil. And as you saw, well, we don't just pour that olive oil in there. It's been treated with the flavorants. Now we want 1 3/4 cup of water. This is 2 packages of yeast, which is also 4½ teaspoons. 2 teaspoons of salt and 2 tablespoons of your sugar. We're going to be using on our garlic, we're going to need the equivalent of about 2 to 2½ tablespoons of garlic, and no more than 1 tablespoon of that rosemary, okay? Because that rosemary can really quickly overpower. Guys, listen to that. The beautiful crunch of a wonderful tasting bread. Good, delicious flavor. You know, that little bit of salt on top, that helps to offset the sweetness in the bread. And it's such a wonderful little addition. It's the little things like that on recipes like this that just seem to make all the difference. Guys, thank you very much for watching Texas Cooking Today for this episode. If you would, please subscribe if you haven't done so. Please click the like button. Drop a comment down below. I really like that, and I do read them. And guys, please have a good day. Bye-bye. Heck yeah. Guys, there it is. A beautiful recipe from Texas Cooking Today. Now, so you'll know, in case this didn't answer all of the questions, if there's questions you have about how to do any of what you've just seen, please watch the next episode. That's a tutorial on this exact same recipe. And guys, it's going to be chock full of information. I'd like to say thanks a lot for watching Texas Cooking Today. Please, if you would, share the videos. Check out my channel. You're going to like some of the stuff you find there. And folks, thank you very much for watching Texas Cooking Today.